This season, we returned 3 all-conference performers from last season. Carl Calgren was the conference runner-up last year, was actually only about a second off of being the conference champion, had a tremendous race, came back from about 40 seconds behind at the 3-mile mark and really made it a close race at the very end. After him, Denny Leyden is also returning, and Alex Meyer is also returning. Both of them had top 10 performances a year ago. Alex Myers 2 years ago was the AMCC Newcomer of the Year. So I look to those 3 as being 3 of the guys who are going to really help to lead our team this year. We have some newcomers this year, a number of freshmen. Thus far in practices though, Jason Zabelski and Andrew Mason have really impressed, I think, everybody on the team. In addition to them, Michael Tiger just is really impressive with speed. We're going to see if he can do a good job of transitioning into having some endurance to complete the race. He was a tremendous 800-meter runner in high school. After those guys, we have some other freshmen who I think can help. Michael Smolinski has really stepped up this year and is showing a lot of promise. He was not an all-conference performer a year ago, but I see big things for him this year. And I think as we go through the season, right now we're looking for our early season meets more as training runs. We're looking at the Buffalo State Invitational, even our home meet. We're training through those, trying to make sure that we're ready to go when we get to the AMCC championships and the NCAA regional meet. For the women, we lost a tremendous senior class last year. For our men's side, we lost 2 guys in that three guys in that senior class who ran last year. They were kind of from 2 different classes. We had one that was a redshirt. But from our women's side, we lost, I think, 6 different women, and that was a tremendous loss as far as both leadership as well as just numbers. That being said, we return our top 2 runners from a year ago, who were both freshmen last year and are now sophomores. We return our 5th runner from last year and our 6th runner from last year, who was another freshman last year, now a sophomore, and a sophomore last year, now a junior. So returning 4 of our top 6 runners, I think, is going to be a big benefit for us going into this season. In addition, we have 2 or 3 incoming freshmen who I think will immediately make an impact. A young lady named Zofia Stark from Mercier's Prep, who thus far in our practices has stayed right with our number 1 and 2 runners from a year ago. And then 2 other freshmen, Angelina, she's from Maryland, and she's never had a super fast races until she kind of started training in our way, and she reported just even this summer running a race on her own and having a PR in some of her races just based on some of our basic training. So we're very encouraged by her. And then another young lady named Carrie, and I just really think she's going to do a lot of great things for us and really be able to step in and help. For the men, to win the AMCC championship this year, I think is going to take two big things. One, courage through practices and courage at the meet. If we're able to demonstrate that courage, I think we can do it. I think we have some men who are able to, capable of running some really great times. And number 2, they need to run as a team. I think sometimes it's easy to go out and individualize in a sport that is so individual, but they know and we know that when they go out and run, if they're running together and if they're pushing each other, they're going to be more successful than if they all go out and at the mile mark they're already feeling like they're alone. If they feel like they're together and they run like they're a team, I think that we can win the AMCC championship again. I feel the same for the women. For the women, I think we've got some potential in our top women to really kind of set a new tone in the AMCC, which I think would be awesome. Franciscan is a really tough team, and probably at the end of the year, I wouldn't be surprised if Franciscan is one of the top 10 teams in the Great Lakes region of the NCAA. But I think we can beat them because I think that we may have, they have a really solid one, and we have a really solid one, and they have a really solid two, and we have a really solid two. But I think where we're getting stronger and stronger in our 3, 4, 5, and our pack can be tighter, I think we may be able to finally upset them and do some great things. To beat Franciscan would be to beat a really great team.